Today I'm going to show you how to use a SOMA therapy pump for erectile dysfunction and penile rehabilitation. If you've been given one of these devices after prostate cancer treatment, for erectile dysfunction or part of a penile rehab program, it can feel a bit overwhelming when you first open the box. It's easy to see why. When you suddenly start staring at this chaotic mix of cylinders, rings, manual and battery operated pump tops, lubricant and lots of different stuff. And most men look at it and think, where do I even start? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the basics of how the SOMA therapy vacuum erection device works, what the different parts are, how to use it safely, how to use it for sex, and how to use it for penile rehab, and the common mistakes to avoid. I'm Melissa Hadley Barrett from Restorative Health Clinic, and we help men every day with erectile dysfunction, prostate cancer recovery, penile rehab, Peyronie's disease, and men's sexual health concerns. Before we start, this video is for general education only. Always follow the instructions that come with your device or you've given by your own clinician. And if you have pain, significant bruising, recent surgery, bleeding concerns, or are not sure whether a pump is suitable for you, please speak with your treating clinician first. So, now let's talk about the SOMA therapy pump. A SOMA therapy pump is a type of vacuum erection device, or a VED. A VED device works by creating gentle suction around the penis that the suction draws blood into the erectile tissue. As the blood enters the penis becomes firmer. If the goal is sexual intercourse, a constriction ring can be placed at the base of the penis to keep the erection firm for long enough to have sex. So the pump helps bring the blood in, the ring keeps the blood in. That's the basic principle. A SOMA therapy system usually has a few key parts: the main cylinder and a manual or a battery pump, a water-based lubricant such as this one, and different size constriction rings. Now, before you start using the device, make sure you understand why you're using it. This matters because the way you use the pump depends on your goal. Whether you need to create an erection for intercourse, for penile rehabilitation to maintain and improve tissue health. In this video, I'll explain both. First, I'll explain how to use the SOMA therapy pump when the goal is penile rehabilitation, and then I'll explain how to use it for intercourse. And if you don't own a medical grade device yet, you can find the complete SOMA therapy system and replacement parts in our Restorative Health Clinic shop linked in the description below. But for now, let's start with using the pump for penile rehabilitation. This is a really important distinction. If you are using the pump for penile rehab only, the goal is different from using it for intercourse. If penile rehab, the goal is not necessarily to trap the erection with a ring so you can have sex. The goal is to encourage blood flow into the penis, gently stretch the erectile tissue and help maintain tissue health while the nerves and blood flow are recovering. This is especially common after prostate cancer surgery, radiation therapy, bladder cancer treatment, pelvic surgery, or when erections have not been happening naturally for a period of time. When erections stop happening, the penile tissue does not get the same regular blood flow and stretch that it used to when it was getting natural erections. Over time, some men notice penile shortening, reduced elasticity, or changes in the erection quality. So penile rehabilitation is all about keeping the tissue healthy and responsive as possible while recovery is happening. For rehab use, you would usually use the cylinder and the pump head, but not a constriction ring. The ring is only required when the goal is intercourse because of it helps trap the blood in the penis. So for rehab only use, we want the blood to come in and then naturally drain out again. So the general process for penile rehab is this. Apply the water-based lubricant. Any water-based lubricant is fine, but this one comes with the kit, around the base of the penis and at the opening of the cylinder. Then you place the cylinder over the penis to create a good seal. Then you just pump slowly until it becomes comfortably full or erect. Do not chase maximum pressure. Do not pump to pain. You are looking for a comfortable stretch and fullness. Once the penis is approximately 50 to 60% full, I just want you to hold it in there for 1 minute. Then, after the minute, you press this little button here to release the pressure, and then the penis will soften again. You need to repeat this cycle 3 times, making sure you pump up slowly and hold for 1 minute, and then you release using this button. Think of this as gentle exercise for the penile tissue. This process is to replace what happens naturally if everything is working as it should. A healthy penis does this on its own whilst you're sleeping, 3 to 5 times a night. If you feel pain, strong pulling, see bruising or feel numbness or skin pinching, stop and release the pressure. A mild stretchy feeling is normal. Pain is not the goal. With rehab use, consistency is usually more important than intensity. Doing it gently and regularly is much better than putting too much pressure and injuring yourself. And remember, penile rehab is not instant. The purpose may be tissue health, blood flow, confidence and maintaining length and elasticity over time. If you are early after prostate surgery or other pelvic surgery, only start when your doctor or treating clinician has cleared you to use the pump. Do not start too early or without advice. And if you're also using tablets, injections, pelvic floor exercises or traction therapy as part of your rehab plan, make sure you understand how the pump fits into that program. Now let's look at how to use the SOMA therapy pump for intercourse. First, you need to choose your constriction ring. If you are using the pump for intercourse, the ring is very important. The ring sits at the base of the penis after the erection is created. Its job is to maintain the erection by reducing the blood flow out of the penis. Most systems come with different ring sizes and tensions. A larger opening gives less tension. A smaller opening gives more tension. The ring needs to be firm enough to maintain the erection, but not so tight that it causes severe pain, numbness or distress. This is one of the most common parts men struggle with. If the ring is too loose, the erection will deflate. If the ring is too tight, it can hurt. So please don't be discouraged if it takes you a few attempts to work out which ring suits you best. That is perfectly normal. Before you apply the pump, use lubricant. Use a water-based lubricant. Apply it around the base of the penis and in the opening of the cylinder. The lubricant helps create a seal between the body and the device. Without a good seal, the pump won't work properly. Some men find that manscaping or trimming the pubic hair helps the cylinder sit more comfortably and makes it easier to create a suction. You do not need to shave completely, but if the hair is getting caught or stopping the seal, trimming will help. Now, the ring is stretched onto the end of the cylinder before you start using the pump, like this. It can go this way and it's nice and secure, ready for later. Or if you prefer, you can take this piece out here, pop this on, and then you can use that as a device to slide it down and onto the bottom like so. Next, place the cylinder over the penis and hold it firmly against the body. Firmly does not mean painfully. You want enough contact to create a seal, but you don't want to jam it into the body or pinch your skin. Make sure the scrotal skin is not being pulled into the cylinder, and if it keeps getting pulled in, you may need to adjust it a little bit, use more lubricant, or gently hold the scrotal skin down and away from the cylinder opening. Now, begin pumping slowly, and if you're using the manual pump, you'll do it like this. If it's battery, you'll press the button. This is very important. Slowly, do not pump aggressively, do not rush. Do not try to create the strongest suction possible. More suction does not mean a better result. Too much suction can cause pain, bruising, swelling, numbness, or injury. You want gradual pressure. Pump a little, pause, let the penis respond, then pump a little more, pause again. For many men, it takes several minutes to achieve an erection suitable for intercourse. That is normal. This is not usually instant. If you feel pain, pinching, excessive pulling, or significant discomfort, stop and release the pressure. Pain is not a sign that it is working better. Pain is a sign to stop and adjust. Once the penis is firm enough, and only if you're using the device for intercourse, move the constriction ring, which is here, off the cylinder and onto the base of the penis. Now it's hard for me to show you, but the ring is at the base and then you flick it over and it ends up on the base of your penis. Now you should have the erection maintained by the constriction ring. This is when you release the button and remove the pump. Very important point, do not leave this ring on for longer than 30 minutes. Set a timer if you need to. Leaving the ring on for too long can reduce blood flow and may damage the tissue. Please don't use this if you're intoxicated, very sleepy, or likely to forget. After sexual activity, remove the ring. Don't rip it off quickly. If it feels stuck, use more lubricant. If you have severe pain, marked swelling, or you can't remove the ring, seek urgent medical help. Sometimes, if it feels a bit stuck, it helps to gently squeeze the shaft to assist the release of the blood. At Restorative Health Clinic, this is something we help men with all the time. We can guide you on whether you're using the pump for intercourse, penile rehab, or both, because the method is different. So now let's go through some common mistakes with the SOMA therapy pump. Mistake number 1 is using not enough lubricant. Without lubricant, you may not get a good seal. You may also get more pulling, friction and discomfort. Make sure you use a water-based lubricant and use it generously. Mistake number 2 is pumping too quickly. This is one of the biggest mistakes. People are in a rush. Go slowly. Pump, pause, pump, pause. Give the tissues time to respond. Mistake number 3 is using too much pressure. More suction is not better. You are aiming for a comfortable, functional response, not maximum pressure. Mistake number 4 is choosing the wrong ring when using the device for intercourse. If the erection goes down too quickly, the ring may be too loose. If the ring causes significant pain, numbness or distress, it may be too tight. It will take trial and error to find the right option. Mistake number 5 is using the ring when you're only trying to do penile rehab. Remember, for rehab only use, many men do not need the constriction ring unless their clinician specifically told them to use it. Mistake number 6 is letting the scrotal skin be pulled into the cylinder. This can be uncomfortable and can make men give up on the pump really quickly. If this occurs, use more lubricant, adjust the angle of the dangle, or gently hold the scrotum away from the opening. Mistake number 7 is expecting it to feel natural. A VED erection can feel different from a natural erection. The penis may feel a little cooler to touch. It may look slightly darker in colour. A VED-induced erection is slightly different from a natural erection, so it will probably feel different. Mistake number 8 is giving up after one attempt. There is a learning curve. The first time you use it, it may feel awkward. The second time, a bit better. The third time, better again. Most men need practice. If you've bought a SOMA therapy pump and it's sitting in the drawer because you tried it once and you hated it, it may not mean the pump can't work for you. It probably means that you just need better instruction, a different ring, more lubricant, a slower technique, or help with fitting it properly. Now, who should be careful? If you're on blood thinners, you may bruise more easily. And if you have a bleeding disorder, reduced sensation, severe Peyronie's disease, recent surgery, or any active skin problems or infections, please speak with your clinician first. Reduced sensation is especially tricky as you might not feel the pressure or pain before damage occurs. Ultimately, if you develop significant bruising, numbness, pain or swelling or skin injury, stop using the device immediately and seek advice. So let's summarise. For penile rehabilitation, the steps are slightly different. You don't use the constriction ring, you apply the water-based lubricant, you place the cylinder over the penis and create a good seal. You pump slowly until it's comfortably full or erect, hold the erection for 1 minute and release the pressure. Allow the penis to soften, then repeat gentle pump and release cycles 3 times in one session. This should be done at least 5 days a week. The aim is tissue health, blood flow and gentle stretch, not forcing the strongest erection possible. The SOMA therapy pump can be a very useful device for men with erectile dysfunction and for men doing penile rehabilitation. But like any device, it works best when it's fitted properly, used safely and matched to the right goal. For intercourse use, the steps are: choose the correct erection constriction ring, apply the water-based lubricant, load the ring onto the cylinder, place the cylinder over the penis and create a good seal. Pump slowly, pause often, avoid pain. Once firm, you slide the ring onto the base of the penis and then you release the vacuum using the release button. And never leave the ring on for more than 30 minutes. At Restorative Health Clinic, we help men safely fit a VED into their erectile dysfunctional rehabilitation plan. That's why we've pre-selected the safest, clinically proven medical pumps, which you can get directly through our online shop linked below. If you already know what you need, head straight to the link to find the right device for you. If you aren't sure which step to take, you can book a telehealth appointment with our team. It's much better to get the right advice than to buy the wrong device, use it incorrectly, or give up on something that actually could work for you. All links for the shop and appointments are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and remember, erectile dysfunction is really common and help is available, and you don't have to figure this out alone. Watch our video on the main causes and treatments for erectile dysfunction right here.